Chantal Lakey and her fiancé Dale were about to be married. But on a romantic drive along the Oregon coastline, Chantal's dreams of a happy marriage quickly turned into her worst nightmare.
My angel experience was very, very personal, and I kept it buried for 15 years. I told a few very, very close friends and my family, and that's all that I could tell, because it was so painful and so wonderful at the same time. Dale and I were very much in love. We had decided to make a trip to Oregon because he wanted me to meet his family. It was a very special time because we were so young and new and excited about everything and excited about our future together and just having a wonderful time.
Okay, how'd I do?
Terrible, they hated you.
Oh, you!
No, Aunt Dolly thought you were very sweet. And she doesn't say that about anybody, so I guess you pass. Oh, I got something for you. Two hearts, they beat as one.
Such romantic. I love you.
Forever.
Forever.
And ever.
And ever. And ever and ever.
Dale and I were out celebrating life, celebrating each other, and loving the moment. We had a whole future of brightness to look forward to, and we were very, very excited about our love and our happiness. The rocks were just a really beautiful, deep velvet brown, and the trees were so bright emerald green, and the ocean was just so inviting that it just seemed like a very perfect day.
It's a legend about Lookout Mountain. A couple that make it to the top are destined to be together forever.
Kind of apropos, huh?
I've been here before. But no one's ever made it to the top of me. The game?
I liked a challenge, and Dale was always looking for challenges, and I wasn't going to let him do better than me at that point. Dale would jog 10 miles every other day, and then in between he would be working out at the gym, and he was very adventurous and fun-loving. It just seemed like a very beautiful, adventurous day, and I didn't have any sensations of fear. Everything seemed wonderful. It was fun, and we were having a very, very good time. At first, the trail was easy, and then it started getting a little harder. It was a shell-based rock, so your rock and dirt would fall with every movement that you made.
Here, let me give you a hand.
I can do it.
Come on.
It's okay. I want to try it myself. Let's show this mountain who's the boss.
Oh, you made it.
We made it.
I'm so proud of you. Come on. I want to show you something.
Oh, no. Where are we going now?
You gotta see this. Come on. Come on. Come on.
we could just turn completely in a circle and see beauty everywhere. It was very magical and very, very mystical, and I had this feeling it was just Del and I in the world. We just held each other for the longest time in this wonderful embrace of love. It was a very special time.
You want to start back down?
Sure. It's getting late. We have a long drive ahead of us.
Both of us had adventurous spirits, and he was real excited about the fact that I was able to make it to the top of Lookout Point with him, and it made me feel very proud that was all part of our closeness. We were very, very compatible, and both of us loved life so much.
You know, I've never been that way before. What do you say we try it?
All right, let's see where it goes.
We went down this other path that was very, very deceptive because it appeared to be a smooth, easy trail down to the beach. And instead, it leveled off at this certain point, and then all of a sudden it dropped.
Dale, my feet keep slipping.
Come on. Just hold tight. Just take it slow. We'll be okay. Let's try to go back up.
Up? Dale, I don't think I can get back up.
It's the only way out.
Wait. Let me try first.
You all right?
I'm okay. There's no way. We can't make it up.
Dale, what do we do now?
Come on.
We both looked down, and we were just petrified because we didn't see how we could possibly get down this thing. But what choice did we have? There was no choice.
All right. Let's try to make it down. There are places to hold on to, so we're just gonna have to go real slow, inch by inch. You understand?
Okay. Careful.
I will.
You okay?
Yeah, I think so. Just lower yourself down so you're right above me. There's a place for your feet. Come on. Watch your feet. Slow. Slow. You're doing fine. Careful. Slow.
We started down, inching, and Dale said, now, wait a minute, I'm going to inch my way down, and I'm going to help you. Let me go first, and I'll help you as I go down.
Go slow. Slow. That's it. You're doing fine. Come here.
The rocks became even more slippery than ever before, and I absolutely did not know what to do, and I couldn't move. I was frozen, absolutely frozen against that cliff. I could scream all I wanted. No one was going to respond. It was up to me, because nobody knew we were there. I kept thinking of Dale. I've got to help Dale. I've got to get to Dale. Maybe I can help him. That moment, it was as if a giant hand just pressed me up against the rock. It felt like a swooping, vacuuming effect. And it plastered me up against the rock, and I stopped falling. It was a real miracle. I remember the angels, and I know they were angels. They appeared to me in a mist. It was a dull, light, misty, echoey sound that came. I don't know how many. I probably couldn't have counted them all. But I wasn't sure if the angels were there to help me with my own death or to help me get down. They assisted me. They helped me inch my way down that cliff. They were with me every step of the way. I removed his necklace, and I just hung on to it in my hand, and I had to get back to get help for Dale because the water, the tide was coming in, and I was afraid that Dale was going to be taken out to sea. I knew that they were helping Dale emerge from the transition between life and death. The angels lifted him, and they were all around him, surrounding his whole spiritual being. And they were giving him a great deal of comfort, and that comfort became my comfort. I realized that it was okay for me to leave his body and go and get help because he was being helped now.
There's no doubt in my mind that Chantel did make it to the bottom. And she did see Dale at the bottom of the cliff after the fall. How she got there, I have no idea. When I think about Chantel saying that she came down the same route that Dale did, it's unbelievable to me without some kind of intervention.
I have learned from the angels how lucky we are to have this gift of life. And each and every day is a celebration for me. I kept seeing this vision. Whether it was a vision or not, I don't know. All I know is whenever I focused in on the memory of Dale, it became very, very good and very, very happy. And I saw him whole and fit and laughing, a lot of laughing. I feel like he's my best friend, even though we have this mirror or this wall between us that I can't get through. I know that he's there for me, and that when it's my time to cross over, that he'll be there for me.
Chantal's encounter with the angels gave her life new meaning. Today, 16 years later, she devotes herself to teaching children with learning difficulties and offering them the message of the angels, the message of hope. When we return, a young boy comes face to face with death and his own guardian angel. This hour came on Thanksgiving Day, but Ivy had little reason to give thanks. She was penniless, her children were hungry, and she felt all alone. But she wasn't as alone as she thought. Ivy had an angel on her shoulder, an angel that changed her life forever.
It was 20 years before I ever told anyone my angel story. During that time, there was often times where I wanted to tell, but I was so afraid that someone would say, well, oh, Ivy, that was just a dream.
California, 1969. America was going through many changes. Ivy would soon discover she would need to make some changes of her own.
Oh, sorry. It's easy. I'll show you. It's all in the wrist. Here. Hey, see? It's easy. You want to play?
Oh, no, really, I can't. My husband...
Well, invite him too.
Ivy, could you come here, please?
I gotta go now. Thanks.
Ivy?
It's just some people on the beach, Michael.
Ivy, the rule is we don't talk to people we don't know.
I just thought it might be nice to have some new friends. They seem nice.
What they seem to be and what they really are can be two different things. I told you we shouldn't have come here. Come on, boys.
There was a part of me that knew there was more to life than what I was just living with all these regulations and the no's. And so I started a real search for myself and really went on an exploration trip.
I know. I just lost track of the time.
Ivy, you're being selfish. You know, the kids and I have to eat. We cannot wait for you to come home at your leisure.
I just went to the library, Michael. But I found the most incredible book.
I don't want to hear about books, okay? You have other priorities.
I would like for my priorities to include a movie.
A movie. So you're putting books and movies ahead of the family now, right? Listen to me, Ivy. I know what is best for us, okay?
For me, it was very depressing because there was so much negativity, and I wanted to do more than just follow all the rules.
I'm going to visit some friends.
Well, why are you being so secretive? Why didn't you tell me you were going out?
Because I knew you wouldn't approve, Michael. I need to have friends, other things in my life.
Well, what is wrong with the things we have?
Nothing. Fine. For you. But this just isn't working for me anymore.
You drive away now, Ivy, and you don't come back.
We were divorced, and we moved, the boys and I, to a little one-bedroom apartment in San Diego, very close to the beach. And I can remember that it was a very, very lonely time emotionally, and that I felt very, very isolated.
Your phone goes there, and you're responsible for the extra light bulbs. You can bring your truck around to the back alley and unload your furniture there. Go on.
Thank you.
Yeah, no weight at all, right? Stay off it. 1 week, Ivy.
I was also working very, very hard as I was a sole parent, taking care of the roof over our heads, the food in our mouths, the clothes, the babysitter. All of that was my responsibility. We didn't have money to buy furniture, and no one was around to help out. My parents lived overseas, and the boy's father had been in an accident and could no longer provide any support. Thankfully, my boss, Dr. Miller, was a true friend.
I thought you might find some of this useful.
That's very kind of you, but...
You know, this chair would fit nicely by the window. You could catch a breeze there while you read to your kids.
Thanks.
It was totally my paycheck that supported the whole family. And we just didn't make it from paycheck to paycheck. I even went for food stamps.
I'm sorry, ma'am. Your income is $2 over the maximum allowable in order to receive food stamps.
$2. So I can't get anything?
No.
You don't understand. I have 2 kids to feed.
You see all those people behind you? They all have kids to feed too. We only have so much money. Oh, I'm sorry.
I remember it was Thanksgiving Day, and all we had in the house were 3 hot dogs. Payday wasn't until about 3 more days. And I can remember that Thanksgiving Day waking up and realizing that there was nobody else's home that we were going to, that we had not been invited by anyone for Thanksgiving dinner, and that it was really, really a lonely feeling. And what I did was I packed up our 3 hot dogs and the 3 of us, and we went to the park.
Nice hit! Right! Good job!
We just had a wonderful time, and we grilled our little hot dogs and we ate them, and it was fun. And even though to the boys it looked like it was a total celebration, inside of me, I was very, very scared. Where was the strength going to come from for me to be able to do this week in and week out, week in and week out?
Mom, do we have any more hot dogs?
Oh, honey. Oh, honey. I made Thanksgiving dinner for you and the boys, but you left so early this morning, I didn't get a chance to invite you. Come. Come.
It's very kind of you to offer, but we wouldn't want to impose.
Turkey? Pumpkin pie?
Oh, please. I made it just for you.
Who was this lady? How did she know me? I'd never seen her before. I remember walking into her little apartment, and the lights were on in the kitchen, and the table was all set, and there was dinner, just like home, sweet home. She asked about our day and how things were going, and it just felt like having Grandma there and just someone who really cared.
I got my turkey leg.
You better eat it up before it runs away. How are you doing, honey? Would you like some more corn?
If you wouldn't mind. You know, it's funny, living here all this time and never running into you.
Oh, I pop in and out a lot. Tell me, honey, are you lonely? Honestly now, no secrets here.
Well, a little. I have the children. I think mostly I just miss having conversation. I don't really feel like there's anyone there to listen to me.
I'm sure that's not true.
Well, you live alone. You must know what it's like. I just wish I had the time to get out and meet some different people.
Go to the movies, curl up with a good book.
Yeah.
How was the furniture from Dr. Miller working out?
Oh. It's fine. He's been very generous.
Everyone should have someone to help them like that.
Potato salad. It's my favorite. How did you know?
So glad you came. I know you like to read, so I put something in here. I think you'll like it.
We walked up the steps, and I was just a totally different human being inside. I felt joy, I felt hope, I felt love. I can do it. The next day, I went down to thank my new friend for the wonderful dinner and for her kindness.
John, can you tell me what happened to that little old lady in 3?
3? There's nobody in 3. That's been vacant 10, 12 weeks now.
No, you don't understand. We had dinner there last night. Thanksgiving dinner. This little old lady. Turkey.
You feel all right?
I was literally shaking because I knew something very, very awesome had happened in my life. I walked up the steps back to my apartment, and I can just, even now, I get goosebumps just being very, very alive and very, very tingly. And I realized that I had been with an angel.
Oh, honey.
I made a vow to myself that day that I would pay attention and take care of people in need, because if one dinner, one oh honey, and an hour of being loved unconditionally can change my life and give me so much hope, that's what I needed to do with other people that I met in my life.
Ivy's life did change. In addition to her own 2 sons, she raised 10 foster children and went on to found Angel Network, which offers a helping hand to those who are struggling, as she once did. She was chosen as one of President Bush's 1,000 Points of Light, and President Clinton honored her with his Volunteer Action Award.
And just that, oh, honey, I'll never forget that. And that, oh, honey, has helped me so many times in my life. Somebody cared. Somebody was paying attention. Somebody loved me, you know. I was an old honey.
Ivy never saw the old lady again. She vanished as mysteriously as she had appeared. But to this day, Ivy believes she is still being watched over by her own guardian angel. Narrowly avoiding an unforeseen tragedy, remember, It may be luck, it could be fate, or it might just be the work of an angel. See you next time. An eye on 12-year-old Mark Durant. Young Mark was out with his dog one day when he suddenly found himself in terrible danger and in desperate need of an angel.
Death is something that we have to tend with. You know, we live and we die. But when it's one of your kids, it's a very hard feeling to face.
Mark, you're gonna catch more fish in the pond than you will in my garden. Sorry, Mom.
Pa's here. Bobby, you're gonna have to give Mark another lesson with that new rod of his.
What do you do? Catch another plant?
Good thing you brought me some new ones.
So where you going fishing, Mark?
Sheldon's fun. You wanna come?
Nah. Game's coming on in 15 minutes. If Bobo wants to go, don't you, boy?
Well, watch out for snakes. And remember our deal. If it's not catfish or bass, throw it back in. We got a freezer full of perch. Isn't that right, Bobby?
You heard your mom. No perch.
Yes, sir.
And be careful.
Okay.
We'd always have to caution him about, you know, where the snakes were at and to be careful and to look at his feet to make sure that there was no snakes around.
Go get it, Bobo.
Mark forgets, like other little boys do, that there is dangers down there, so you have to be very careful.
What's the matter, boys? Get it. What's the matter, Bobo? You afraid of Dick? Like this. Bobo!
To fight plaque, hold your brush at
Don't be afraid. Everything is going to be all right.
Bobby, I've been snake bit.
Yeah, me too.
No, really.
Mom, quick, Mark's been snake bit.
What? Where?
I didn't believe him at first, because we used to kid around with each other and play, you know, like act like we've been bitten and stuff.
Oh, no. Oh, Bobby! Go get your father! Hurry! Baby, it's gonna be all right. You hear me? Mark? Mark?
I think at that point I knew that Mark was on the very thin line of being gone from us. I knew with his breathing and the rest of his body shutting down that we had to get him somewhere quick.
Give it to me. Come on, honey, come on. Hurry up. Honey, hurry up. It's gonna be all right. It's gonna be all right. Hurry up.
I didn't know how long that you had to live after getting bit. I knew it wasn't a very long time.
Bobby, he's barely breathing. Come on, hurry up. Come on.
My husband was driving as fast as he could. I mean, he was going for all the truck would do. The truck started overheating, and he said, the truck's overheating, but we've got to get him to the hospital. We got a little ways more up the road, and the truck started making a knocking sound. And all of a sudden, it just completely died.
It's gonna be okay, Dad. What are we gonna do?
I don't know, but we can't wait here. Nobody uses this old road anymore. Hey, stop! Over here! Stop!
You have to help my son. He's been snake bit. We have to get to the hospital right away. Come on.
Don't worry. Your son will be all right, eh?
Come on, let's go!
On the way to the hospital, his breathing just kept getting worse and worse and worse. And at one point, he went into convulsions. It was scary, very scary, to see your son laying there like that. And knowing there was nothing that you could do.
Mark, don't leave me.
Look, an ambulance.
Make him stop. Please help us. My boy's hurt bad. He's been snake bit. Please, hurry. Is he breathing?
Here, let me take it.
It just seemed like every time some obstacle happened, something moved that obstacle out of the way. In all that, we didn't get the name of the Haitian gentleman, and I put a thing in the paper to thank him, but we never did find out who he really was or anything. I didn't realize that a snake bite could do a body that way. You know that they're poisonous, and you know that they're severe, but you never think about the deterioration of the tissues, and you don't think about it destroying the blood.
How long ago was he bitten?
About an hour ago.
The puncture wounds are right in the vein. I'm amazed he's still alive.
Pulse?
Not perceptible.
All right, let me have the respirator.
We see a fair number of snake bites on a regular basis. I've seen some severe snake bites, severe reactions to snake bites, but nothing nearly as bad as this.
Any venom skin test?
Positive. He's having an allergic reaction.
Let me have the Benadryl IV. Stat!
This was the worst snake bite I've ever seen. He's in a coma. His heart is not pumping effectively. He's requiring massive volumes of fluid. His kidneys are not working. And as we see, one by one, each of these organ systems fail. The more organ systems that are not functioning properly, the less the chance that our patient we're treating will survive.
How is Mark? Is he okay?
We're doing all we can, but there are some very serious complications. I'm sorry.
You go back and you relive from the time that he was born, and you think of all the times that you laughed at him and that you had the fun with him, and the things that he did that was so funny, and the things that he did that was so bad and that you've gotten onto him about. You stop and think about it.
Sweetie? You remember what happened?
Yeah?
You want to tell me about it?
You promise to believe me?
What?
Promise?
Mark, tell me what happened.
I was playing with Bobo and not looking. And I stepped on a snake. You should have seen it, Mom. It's the biggest snake I ever saw. He was real mad and he bit me. And after that, everything got real blurry and I fell. And then somebody picked me up.
Who? Who picked you up?
It was an angel, Mom. And he carried me home.
Don't be afraid. Everything is going to be all right.
Then he turned and floated back the way we came and disappeared into the field. You do believe me, don't you, Mom?
I do believe you.
I seen the snake biting my foot. You know, I sat there and watched him because he was stuck in my sock. Shoes didn't stop him from doing it. He just couldn't get his mouth off, and he just kept pumping venom in.
We can't understand how come he had as much venom in his system as he did, but he still is here. When he tells me that his guardian angel carried him, you have to believe that. He should not have medically been able to do that. He shouldn't medically be here, and he is.
He had a white robe on, and I couldn't see no feet, so it was whatever was floating. I figured that I was being helped, and mentally it gave me peace because I knew I had a chance of making it in. I know that life is precious. I mean, you know, there's a thin line between life and death. And you know, my life must be worth something or I wouldn't be here now.
As physicians, we're trained to be scientific and think in those terms. But I don't think anybody could argue that this could be considered a miracle.
I believe in miracles because my son Mark's still alive. There's something out there that's watching over us.
Now, 6 years later, Mark is a healthy teenager, and his parents are eternally grateful to those who gave their help. The farmer, the paramedics, the doctors and nurses who fought to save his life. But above all, they owe their thanks to Mark's guardian angel. Coming up, a holiday miracle you will never forget. Stay with us.